All right, thanks everybody for being here tonight. We will go through our brief agenda for next week. First, we did have one sign in for public comment. Mr. Underwood, if you'd like to address the council.
Thank you, Council, for holding the line for a better Decatur. I'm here tonight to announce that AMVETS, a veteran organization, service organization formed in 1947, has opened a post in Decatur. And I'm also just want to acknowledge Councilman Pepper's actions at the recent Austin High Junior ROTC award ceremony, where we had the pleasure to present our next generation acknowledgements. And that's what I would ask of you today. Thanks for letting our organization use the Turner Searles facilities. We've been on board now for 2 months, and I would have one request, that the council consider having American flags at all the rec centers citywide. Turner Searles is void of an American flag altogether. Thank you, council, for your consideration.
Thanks.
Herb Underwood, first vice, post 1955.
Thanks, Herb, and thanks for your service to that organization, too. Thank you for Mr. Pepper for representing us at the ceremony.
By the way, I'm an Air Force veteran where I met my wife 40 years ago. I don't know how mistakes happen, but I think that surely would define it. We're still together, and again, I want to thank you all for holding the line for a better Decatur.
Thanks, Herb, and thanks for your service. All right, that was the only comment I had signed in, so we will get started moving through the agenda. We will have a proclamation from the mayor for Building Safety Month next week. Next, our first on the agenda is approval of minutes. March 13th, 2023, 5 p.m. council work session. March 20th, 2023, 9:30 a.m. council work session. March 20th, 2023, 10 a.m. council meeting. Any questions? Set public hearings. Resolution 23014, approve abatement of unsafe conditions at 16 Cherry Street Northeast. Set public hearing for May 1st, 2023 at 6 p.m. David? And this is one we had tabled, I guess, and I don't know if there's been any update on anything.
Not good with the fix, our part of the process.
Yeah, and he just left, so I'm not sure if there's any comment there. All right, and that would set it for May 1st, 2023. Any questions? All right, resolutions. Resolution 23076, approved request for a special use permit for AT&T to modify equipment on an existing tower located at 401 McIntyre Lane. I don't see David, but Herman, anything on that?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Resolution 23077, approved request for special use permit for AT&T to modify equipment on an existing tower at 2625 Centron Drive, Southwest.
These are all probably related to 5G.
Okay. And then resolution 23078, approved request for special use permit for Dish Wireless to co-locate on an existing tower located at 211 Vine Street Northwest. Any
That would be a
questions?
new installation.
Okay, any questions on those? All right, resolution 23079, accept land for Sunshine Park from Oak Park Church. Alan?
Yeah, this is the park that we've been working with Mr. Sharp for a couple of years. And I think we're to the point now where we need to get this property donated to us, and this is just that conveyance from the church donating it to the city, and that's us accepting it.
All right, any questions? Do you know kind of how far along they are with that whole project?
Well, at this point, we're looking to transition from him to the city would become the project manager. We are now in the process of getting bid documents from the architect to get that process. So we are relatively close to moving forward.
Okay. Do I need to go? Are you a CMS? Okay, we'll go through yours next then. No, you're good. Come on. And it's the first three resolutions. We kind of went through them. If you want to give us an explanation, we got through it quick.
First one I have is AT&T. They've made an application to modify their equipment on the existing monopole at 2625 Centron Drive Southwest. They currently have service on this pole, and they have 9 antennas, 18 remote units, 6 tower-mounted amplifiers, and 3 surge protectors on the pole. They're proposing to remove 6 of the antennas, 6 tower-mounted amplifiers, and 6 remote radio units from the tower, and they want to add 12 antennas, 1 surge protector, and 6 remote units back. They're also proposing to add 4 additional feed lines inside the monopole shaft. This is to help serve the 5G service to the North Beltline area. And the second is Dish Wireless. They are wanting to co-locate their equipment on the existing self-support tower on 211 Vine Street. And Dish is not currently providing service on this 300-foot self-support tower. They're proposing to add 3 antennas at a height of 215 feet. Dish Wireless will also be adding 6 remote units, and Dish will be adding 1 new feed line for the antennas, and there'll be a place on the base of the tower, and it's a new carrier that's for the downtown area. And CMS has reviewed both of these applications, and it's our recommendation for approval.
Y'all have any questions?
401 McIntyre.
Yeah, there's 23076 on McIntyre. Do you have that one?
I have these two.
The AT&T, I don't know
The AT&T, this one says 2625 Centron Drive.
that. Yeah, there's 2 of them. But this one, it just showed McIntyre.
Okay.
Maybe this will. City clerk trying to help us out. I don't know whether that helps any or not, but there it is.
Okay. Yeah, this says 401.
Well, they're both on there.
Okay.
Do y'all have any questions on those?
I'm good.
All right, moving to resolution 23080, accept proposal for John Callow, CDBG consultant for 2024 Fair Housing Plan and 2025 CDBG consolidated plan.
Yeah, I didn't introduce myself before. Alan Stover, Community Development Manager with the City of Decatur's Community Development Department. The council back a couple of years ago approved us hiring a additional grants administrator in our department. We have advertised and we've continued to look. It's still advertised as we speak, but we've just not found the right fit to this point. And Mr. Gallo has come highly recommended from community development, National Community Development organization that we're a part of, and to assist us with each 5 years we're required to do a fair housing analysis of impediment every 5 years. We're also required to do a 5-year consolidated plan. I have staggered those so they're not all due at the same time. The fair housing plan is due in 24. The consolidated plan would be due in 25. So what I am recommending and what I'm asking the council to do is to take, because we were in talking with finance when we initially brought the grants administrator position to you, we were going to use some CDBG funds to sort of help offset the cost of that position. We've not found, as I said already, we've not found anybody at this point. I would like, if we could, to continue to advertise for that position to see if, if that right candidate came along. But I would like to use some of those funds that we were going to use for the grants administrator to hire Mr. Gallo. If you remember, back about 6 months ago, the consultant that we'd used ever since I've been here, Constance Wilson, passed away, and but in talking with Mr. Gallo, he is from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, so he's relatively close. And he can do, his expertise is absolutely what we need to do this. And I would just ask if we could, this is a 2-year agreement, $50,000 over 2 years. So it would not all come out of one grant cycle. It would be 2 grant cycles. It'd be fully funded with CDBG funds. And he could get us, that's really what, right now, what we need is what he could help provide for us in the short term.
Okay, any questions? It's just for the 2 plans, the Fair Housing Plan and the CDBG Consolidated Plan?
Yes, sir. And there is a 3rd year that we could pick up if we needed to. And it would also offer some technical assistance if we needed along the way with CDBG for him to help, Lord forbid if we got another audit and had some audit findings, he could help us through those, but hopefully that will not happen.
Yeah. All right, any questions? Thanks, Alan.
Thank you.
Resolution 23081, approve additional subgrade work for the construction of cell 16 in the amount of $172,898.
Yeah, Nathan Tomberlin, Purite McAnally, 310 8th Avenue. So this is some additional funds, well, not really additional funds. This $172,898 was money that was left over from, I guess, the first phase of this project. And in the first phase went off without a hitch. We got this E&D cell built, and also we finished the subgrade for cell 16. And in between the time that we bid out the final portion of cell 16 and the subgrade prep, we had a lot of rain, so we've had a lot of soft soils that we've had to undercut to get the subgrade back to where it was. So this number is that we're asking to use the remaining funds from the first portion of this work to do the undercut and get the subgrade back to where it needs to be so we can install the liner section of cell 16.
All right, any questions? Thanks, Nathan.
Yeah, no problem.
Resolution 23082, award bid number 23014 for fuel and lube off-road trailer for the landfill to Nichols Fleet Equipment.
Good evening, Council. Kyle Lemeester, Finance. This is to award the bid for our fuel and lube off-road trailer for the landfill to Nicholas Fleet Equipment, and the cost is $62,469,000. We had sent 9 bids and received 1 response.
All right, any questions?
If I could add another comment, our new purchasing agent, Jeremy Sherrill, is joining us tonight, so I wanted to recognize him, and you'll be seeing Jeremy around here a little bit more and less of me up here for awarding of bids. That's always good. Yep.
Well, welcome, Jeremy. Good to see you. All right, resolution 23083, declare items no longer needed by the City of Decatur. Information Services Department is surplus and authorize disposal.
Good evening, Brad Phillips, Information Systems. This is yet again another request for disposing of items. You may be wondering, we just did this not too long ago, but we only have so much space. We have to do one, clear out space, and then fill it up again and do it again.
Yeah. All right, any questions? Resolution 23084, approve support of the Tennessee River Towns program. Anybody want to talk about that?
Well, okay.
We have to, part of the,
650, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
652 mile recreation cities that are on the riverfront. It's a united project involving the cities along the river between Paducah, Mississippi, and Knoxville, Tennessee.
To be a part of that, we have to do a resolution. That's one of the tasks for the city.
Okay.
We just basically said we support the project. I'm sure at some point they'll come forward and ask for some funds, but that is basically just to be supported to begin the journey.
All right, any questions? It doesn't do anything as far as saying we will give funds,
No,
but
it just
just
says we're
verbal
supporting.
support. All right. Resolution 23085, approve new website design for Parks and Recreation.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. This resolution is redoing the website for Parks and Recreation. To get an idea is they've already started on the one at Point Mallard. It was a lot less cost, but it'll give you an idea about what the look of it is, what the aesthetics and the capabilities of those are. This is also going to be tied in to a future day where these will actually have apps that work with them. And there's a gentleman that will come when it gets closer to time to do that, where he'll lay all that information out and show what all the capabilities are and what are they capable of.
All right, any questions? Thank you, sir. Resolution 23086, authorize mayor to execute agreement with Huntsville Hospital Health System, Decatur Morgan LLC, for a new medical director for Decatur Fire and Rescue.
Hey, Tracy Thornton, Decatur Fire and Rescue. What this resolution is, we have to have a medical director for the medications that we carry on the fire trucks, and we've always had one since we've carried medications. Dr. Solis was our medical director, but he has moved, and this has caused us to have to seek a new one, and we're going to go through Huntsville Hospital, and Dr. Goldbach will be our new medical director. The money that this goes out was already budgeted in our budget for the medical director, so we've had this position and it's already been budgeted for.
All right,
It's basically just changing a name on a paper.
any questions? Was the previous through Huntsville Hospital?
He worked at Huntsville Hospital.
Okay.
The amount he charged us was way less than what medical directors are going for. So
Yeah.
this is part of what we're doing. And this also make it easier with our drug exchange when we run calls.
What is the cost going to be on?
I want to say $2,400, $2,800.
2,400 a year. 200 a month.
Yep.
200 a month.
Okay, any other questions? Thanks, Chief. Ordinance 234551, approve request for limousine license for Voids Transportation LLC at 624 3rd Avenue Southwest, Decatur, Alabama 35601.
And this will be a second time for this one coming through, but it's, as I said, for more of a car for hire, not really a limousine, a personal vehicle that will be like working as a courier service.
Yeah, I guess my question, it is like a limousine, it's just not a limousine.
We don't have anything in the ordinance to really
Right.
address this, so we have to put it under limousine, like
It
I said last
operates
time.
like a limousine. If
Yeah.
you were to hire a limousine to take you to Huntsville, it's a flat fee, and but it's just a car.
Yeah, so we might want to look at doing something to put something in place for something like this, since it seems to becoming more and more popular.
Yeah. All right, any questions? All right, our council meeting next week, we'll have our pre-meeting work session at 5:30 and our council meeting at 6 on Monday. Anything else from any directors, managers, anyone here? Mayor? Anything else from council? All right, we are adjourned, thanks.